Welcome back to Road to KSP2. Today we're digging ourselves out of debt. Yeah, we've got 3 launches today, all of them made possible by a humongous bailout loan. Yeah. But yeah, before we get into that, if you could please like, share, and subscribe, it would help me out insanely. And if you like this video, it would also recommend better videos for you for the algorithm. Or if you dislike it, you can dislike it. Alright, anyway, we're starting off with, curveball 1. It is our first tourist mission into the orbit of our good old sun, Curveball. Yeah, you know how we were able to afford this mission instead of just sitting on the ground? Well, that's because we took out a bailout loan, and now we are negative. We are in the negatives for the our reputation. So we have to do a whole lot in order to build that reputation back up. Because right now they're looking at us like, I don't know. What's a famous company that like horribly failed? I mean, they're just looking at us like Big Pharma right now. Our reputation is shit, is terrible, and yeah, we need to fly this one little dude named Pakal Kerman into the sun's orbit. Yeah, so we're currently rotating around the planet, and we should be able to send ourselves right out towards the sun. Yeah, so what has happened in between this episode and last episode? Well, I mean, not a whole lot. I mean, the most I did was just take out the loan. I took out the loan. The loan was quite painful. We only got like 60k funds from it, which sucked. But thank God this contract right here was actually, I believe it gave us somewhere in the, I think it gave us 80k on top of it, plus this rock was only like 40 something k or something like that. So on top of that we got like 100k now. So I don't know if my math works out there, but yeah. Yeah, this rocket looked a little bit overkill when it was on the pad, but trust me, we needed all of it. We needed every single bit of this rocket. Yeah, now we are slowly making our way out of the, well, we're already out of the sun's Kerbin's influence. We're actually trying our hardest to get back into Kerbin's influence, which we are now. Back inside its influence, and no, we're not. Never mind. We should be back into Kerbin's influence very soon. And now we are. We're actually back into Kerbin's influence, and we needed to lower our periapsis enough so that we don't burn up and die, but also so that we don't skip off the atmosphere a ridiculous amount of times, spending as much as, 4 or 5 extra days in space. Granted, we can survive 4 or 5 extra days in space, but it's didn't exactly work out to plan, as you'll be able to see in a moment. Although this burn took forever. This is a very long burn. This entire mission took very long for everything. You're watching everything. I actually sped this up to 7 times speed, I believe, compared to the normal 5 times speed. Yeah, everything on this mission took absolutely forever. And you'll see moments before this. I was actually watching a movie while playing this game, and if you want to know why I was watching a movie, well, you should probably know. I've been going through the MCU on my podcast, That Movie Podcast, which I'll put a link to in the description. And yeah, I've been going through the MCU. I was watching Thor when I watched this, and in the next episode, I'll be covering Thor and Captain America. So yeah, click the link to check that stuff out. Sorry, I just clicked my pen. Yeah, so we're actually entering the atmosphere, and then we skipped right off the edge of it. We're going back up. Oh, and we completely skipped it. And then we're going back down, and we completely skipped it again on accident. And now we're coming down so we can actually, hit the atmosphere and not, like, completely fuck things up. So, we come into the atmosphere after skipping off the atmosphere, and we are fastly approaching the, we're not actually, well, we're fastly approaching the atmosphere, but we're barely moving down our distance over time. So just to save you guys all of this actually took me, like, I believe about 45 minutes to just spin around the Earth, just speeding it up so I could slowly move the atmosphere down. Yeah, we ended up spending 4 extra days in space. Or 5. I think it was 5 extra days in space. But yeah, it was a pain. So I'm going to skip ahead right now, and you'll see the actual end product. Well, it's not now, but right now. There we are. That's us hurtling into the atmosphere finally, after absolutely ages in orbit. And yeah, there we are, splashing down. All right, so we got the next rocket. This is the Foundry. Yeah, so the Foundry is our new space station. This is also fulfilling a contract, but I thought it should be able to do some extra things. So the Foundry will be our first orbital manufacturing plant for other rockets. Yeah, so this is for the big ships that we will be building, such as the upcoming, well, actually, I won't share the name, but it will be an upcoming, rocket that will be very, very useful for us. Now, I'm putting the Foundry in a very, very high orbit for several things. Just so it's clear from any sort of other type of debris, we really won't have to worry about the Foundry ever. And on top of that, I was thinking that we should also have it way up there for very, very, very optimal undocking, and then on top of that, launching out to distant, planets and even stars. Now, so you'll see right now, we actually ran out of fuel, and we actually had to use the rest of this on monopropellant. Now, this was incredibly painful to do. Also took an absolutely exorbitant amount of time. You won't even be able to guess this. I actually started Captain America. I ended this movie and I ended Thor and started Captain America now, and by the time that this entire video was done, I had also finished Captain America. That's how long it takes for these videos to get filmed. It was 4 hours, but it was 4 hours while I was doing something else as well. Yeah. But there we go. We're putting our first orbital manufacturing plant into orbit. Yeah, I think this is great for our program. It'll also cut down some of the costs. I'm going to be launching the parts up there using a reusable rocket, and hopefully I will be able to also, it's easy for us to reach this the Foundry from the Mun. I didn't really think that it should be in Mun orbit. I feel like it should have been way higher. I feel like it shouldn't have had to deal with the Mun if it didn't want to. So yeah, I feel like this is the best place for it. It's still easily reachable from both the Mun and Minmus, so we could technically have mining outposts on both of those that bring stuff to this plant. Our only problem is that we don't have an ISRU yet, so we cannot manufacture fuel. Hopefully we can get that fixed soon, and I believe we can. I just need like, I believe 250 more science in order to be able to unlock that tech node. Yeah, hopefully we'll actually be able to do this. There is a science bay on board, and hopefully we will be able to collect science from maybe Minmus. We could send out a mission of Minmus in the next episode where we'll collect science, bring it to this station, get the science data we need, and then transfer it to Kerbin. So we should be able to do that and get plenty of science from it. Anyway, we are actually almost done with this burn. Isn't that crazy? Like, this is one of the longest episodes, I believe, in this entire series because of just how long these burns took. All right, here we are. This is also relating to the Foundry, but specifically, this is the construction depot part of the Foundry. This one did not have a, like, this is just all, like, there was no contract for this one. This one actually cost me money to fly, which hurt the pocketbooks, but not too terribly much. I believe we still got like 20k funds, and we've got some, I believe I accepted some more tourist missions to help cover some of these funds. So yeah, here we are, basically just launching this this second stage of the rocket. Or not second stage, this is still the first stage. At least I think it is. It should be. Yes, now we're on the second stage. Alright. So we're gonna extend our point out to this, and we actually had to change it slightly when we got out there, because while bigger engines are nice, they're not exactly accurate, let's just say. Well, ones with higher thrust ratios. So we did have a small problem with how accurate this burn was, but I mean, we changed it and it was perfectly fine. You'll actually see the burn where we changed it in just a second. For those of you who have actually made it this far into the video, I want to know, like, how well do you think I'm doing? Like, do you like this series? Like, who all is actually watching this series this far? Like, leave a comment and just say, I don't know, spaghetti western. Just type in the comments spaghetti western or something to do with spaghetti, or maybe even just your favorite pasta. I don't know. Just put that down in the comments, and I'll see if you're actually sticking through all of this. Yeah. I don't know. And also, if you could, feel free to give me advice. Tell me which mods you'd like to see in this pack, or anything like that. So yeah, here's that slight correction burn. It was only like 67.2 meters per second change, which is pretty much nothing. Like, we really didn't need this much of a difference or whatever. Although, like, here, when we get closer, I have to do like a burn to get even closer to the rocket. Even though we're only 4 kilometers away, I really didn't need to. I could have just left this piece, the engine bell over here, well, the engine in the tank. But I wanted to get a little bit closer. But here's one thing that I kind of wanted to do just for the fun of it. When we started to get closer, I wanted to flip the lower stage away, so it actually ends up, oh shit. Hello? Oh, Sorry, my screen shut off. Yeah, so I wanted to get us closer before we dock, but I also wanted the tank to go away. So I was like, let me just roll the tank away. That should work, launching it like a catapult. But it'll launch us, but when I launch us, I should fly towards the space station. And lo and behold, it worked. But yeah, here we are coming in close for a dock. And yeah, that is pretty much it. This is the end of the video. I'm happy we got through this one. I'm happy I actually was able to talk through the whole thing. Normally I struggle to find conversation points, but yeah, now we are docked. Now we are ready to start shipping parts here. I actually don't think we're ready to start shipping parts here, but we're ready to get some things launched here. Also, this was also a power and communications arm as well, but it's not the main power arm. Anyway, that's it for this video, and I'd like to see you guys next time. Peace.